ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம். Sri Bhagavad Gita, 11th chapter, Vishwarupa Darshana Yogam. In this chapter, Bhagavan is manifesting his Vishwarupam, universal form, to Arjuna, and Arjuna is seeing that and is becoming amazed, and he is celebrating the greatness of that Vishwarupam. In the 10th chapter, Bhagavan explained about his vibhuti, his own wealth, and Arjuna wanted to see that wealth physically. Hence, in the beginning of the 11th chapter, Arjuna requested to Krishna to manifest that divine form with all the wealth and all the opulence. He asked very humbly, and even said that, show that to me only if you think I deserve to see that. Krishna, being pleased with that, he decides to manifest the universal form to Arjuna, and he tells Arjuna that Arjuna cannot see the divine universal form with his material eyes. Hence he says that I will give you divine eyes with which you can behold this Vishwarupa Darshanam. This Bhagavad Gita has a beautiful commentary from Bhagavad Ramanuja named Gita Bhashyam. Vedantacharya has given Tatparya Chandrika, which is a beautiful Sanskrit commentary again. Based on these two, Puttur Sri U.A. Krishnaswamy Iyengar has given a beautiful elaborate Tamil commentary. In this he has also given the word by word meanings for each slokam, with the word by word meanings slokam which are translated into English and is available in our website. We are going through the simple meanings for these Gita shlokams. Now we have to start with, we have to resume from 9th shlokam. We have seen up to the 8th shlokam yesterday. In this 9th shlokam, Sanjaya starts explaining to Dhritarashtra how the Vishwarupam is manifested by Bhagavan. Sanjaya, who is a very great devotee of Krishna, was blessed by Vedavyasa to have the darshan of to have the vision of the battle. Even though he is not inside the battlefield, he is staying with Dhritarashtra in the camp outside in the palace. Still he is able to visualize everything which is happening in the battlefield, and hence he is narrating this Bhagavad Gita to Dhritarashtra as he is observing whatever is happening in the battlefield. So he is now starting to explain how Bhagavan manifested the Vishwarupam and what happened after that. 9th shlokam, Sanjaya Uvacha Evam Uktva Tatho Rajan Mahayogeshwaro Harihi Darshayamasa Parthaya Paramam Rupam Aishwaram. Word by word meanings. O King Dhritarashtra, Mahayogeshwaraha Harihi, Krishna the Lord, who is together with amazing aspects. Bhagavan is having amazing qualities, amazing forms and amazing aspects like that. Eva Muktva, saying thus, Tataha, then, Parthaya, to the son of Kunti, to Partha, Arjuna, Paramam, incomparable, Aishwaram, exclusive to Bhagavan, exclusive to him, Rupam, Vishwarupam, Darshayamasa, manifested. So Sanjaya is saying, O King Dhritarashtra, Krishna the Lord, who is together with amazing aspects, saying thus as he spoke in the last 4 shlokams, then manifested to the son of Kunti the incomparable Vishwarupam, which is exclusive to him. This Vishwarupam is Bhagavan's unique universal form, and he decides to show this Vishwarupam to Arjuna, and he is giving divine eyes to Arjuna so that he can see the Vishwarupam as well. So in this shlokam, Sanjaya is saying that Krishna manifested the Vishwarupam to Arjuna. He goes on in the 10th shlokam onwards to explain how this Vishwarupam looked. 10th shlokam, Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, Aneka Divya Abharanam, Divya Aneka Udyatayudam. Aneka Vaktra Nayanam, having countless mouths and eyes. Aneka Adbhuta Darshanam, having amazing view of unlimited glories. Aneka Divya Abharanam, having many divine ornaments. Divya Aneka Udhyata Ayudam, having many divine weapons. It will continue on in the next shlokam as well. So Bhagavan is having countless mouths, countless eyes, having unlimited glories which are all amazing, having many divine ornaments, having many divine weapons. It's continuing on in the next shlokam. Divya Malyam Baradaram, Divya Gandhanu Lepanam. Sarvascharyamayam Devam Anantam Vishvato Mukham. Divya Malya Ambharadharam, being decorated with divine garlands and garments. Divya Gandha Anulepanam, anointed with divine sandalwood paste, etc. Sarva Ascharyamayam, being the abode of all amazing entities and aspects. Devam, radiant. Deva has many meanings. One of them is being radiant. Anantam, unbound by place and time. Bhagavan is not bound by any place or any time. He is present in all places at all times. Vishvato Mukham, having faces in all directions. So Bhagavan is manifesting this beautiful form which is being explained here in continuation with the previous shlokam, being decorated with divine garlands and garments, anointed with divine sandalwood paste, etc., being the abode of all amazing entities and aspects, unbound by place and time and having faces in all directions. Embaraman manifested such divine form. Bhagavan manifests such beautiful divine form so that Arjuna can see it with all the greatness, with all the ornaments, with all the weapons, with all the garlands, garments, with the number of eyes, unlimited number of eyes, unlimited number of faces. All of these are seen by Arjuna. 12th shlokam. Divi Surya Sahasrasya Bhaved Yugapat Uttita Yadi Bhaha Sadrushi Sasyad Basastasya Mahatmanaha. In this shlokam, Bhagavan's radiance is explained. Surya Sahasrasya Bhaha, the brightness of 1,000 suns. Divi, in the sky, Yugapat, at once. Yadi Uditha Bhavet, if appeared, Sa, that brightness. Tasya Mahatmana Basa, that great Lord's brightness, Sadrushi Syad, will be comparable. So we can imagine how the brightness of Bhagavan's form will be in this universal form. If 1,000 suns with great brightness appear in the sky at once, that brightness can be compared to the great brightness of Bhagavan. That will be comparable to brightness of Bhagavan. That is in this 12th shlokam. 13th shlokam. Tatraikastam jagatkritsnam pravibhaktam anekadha apashyad devadevasya sharire pandavastata. Tatra deva devasya sharire, in the divine form of such Lord of Lords. So Bhagavan is known as Devadeva. He is the Lord of all the Devatas. And in his divine form, Anekata Pravibhaktam, divided out in many ways, Kritsnam Jagat, all the worlds, Ekastam, in a single spot, Pandava Arjuna Tada, then Apashyat Sa. Arjuna saw everything in his divine form, in Bhagavan's divine form, in just one portion, in one corner, in one spot. In Gita Bhashyam, Bhagavad Ramanuja has explained what all were seen by Arjuna. These were explained in the 10th shlokam as Vibhuti. Bhagavan says, Aham sarvasya prabhavamatta sarvam pravartate. Everything is originating from me. Because of me only everything is being conducted. And then he says, Aham atma gudakesho sarvabhuta yastitaha. So he is saying, I am the antaratma of all the entities. And then he starts off with Aditya Nam Aham Vishnuhu. Among Adityas, I am Vishnu. And then he goes on and identifies everything. He says, Natatasti Vinayat Syanmaya Bhutam Characharam. All the entities, movable and immovable entities, are all in my divine form. So all of these were seen by Arjuna in that divine Vishwarupa, in the divine universal form. 14th shlokam. Tataha sa Vismaya Vishto Krishtaroma Dhananjayaha Pranamya Shirasa Devam Kritanjalir Abhashatha. Tataha, subsequently, Sa Dhananjayaha, that Arjuna, Vismaya Vishta, being filled with amazement, having seen everything in Krishna's divine form, as mentioned in previous verses. Krishtaroma, with goosebumps. Arjuna having goosebumps due to seeing the beautiful form of Bhagavan. So he is having goosebumps and is looking at Bhagavan, Devam, Krishna, who manifested Vishwarupam, Shirasa Pranamya, bowing his head, Kritanjalihi, saluting with joined palms. Abhashata, spoke as follows. So Arjuna, being amazed at the divine form of Bhagavan, with goosebumps, starts bowing his head and then saluting with joined palms, performing Anjali, and then starts speaking as in the next shlokams. 15th shlokam. Pashyami devams tava devadehe sarvams tata bhuta vishesha sangan brahmanam isham kamalasanastam rushimscha sarvan uragamscha divyan. So in this shlokam, Arjuna is starting to speak and he is saying himself whatever he saw in the divine form. Arjuna Vacha, Arjuna spoke. Deva, O Lord, Tavadehe, in your form. Sarvan Devan Pashyami, I am seeing all the Devas. Tatha, similarly, Sarvan Bhuta Vishesha Sangan, I am seeing the collections of all creatures. Tatha, similarly, Brahmanam, Brahma, Kamalasanastam, Isham, Shiva, who is obedient towards Brahma, who is seated in a lotus flower. Brahma is the father of Rudra. Brahma is seated in a lotus flower, that is why he is known as Kamalasanastam. And he is the father of Rudra. So Arjuna is seeing Brahma, Rudra and Sarvan Rushin Cha, all sages. Deeptan, Divyan. It's said as Deeptan as well as Divyan. Both are acceptable. Radiant. Uragancha, serpents. Pashyami, I am seeing. So Arjuna is saying that he is seeing Brahma, he is seeing Rudra, he is seeing all the devas, he is seeing all the rishis, all the creatures, all the serpents and so on. He is highlighting all the variety of entities he is seeing in there. 16th Shlokam. Aneka Bahudara Vaktanetram Pashyami Tvam Sarvato Anantarupam Nantam na Madhyam na Punastavadim Pashyami Vishveshwara Vishwarupa. Aneka Bahudara Vaktanetram, having countless hands, stomachs, mouths, eyes. Anantarupam, having countless forms, endless forms. Tvam, you, Sarvata, on all sides. Pashyami, I am seeing. Vishveshwara, O controller of all. Vishwarupa, O one who has everything as your body, as your boundless. Tava, for you. Na antam pashyami, I am not seeing the end. Because you are boundless, I am not seeing the end. Na madhyam pashyami, I am not seeing the middle. Na puna adhim pashyami, I am not seeing the beginning. So Arjuna is saying in this shlokam, I am seeing you in all sides. Bhagavan is fully surrounding Arjuna with his form, and hence he is having countless hands, countless stomachs, countless mouths, countless eyes and forms. O controller of all, O one who has everything as your body. Bhagavan is the Antaryami, and he is the controller of everyone. I am not seeing the end, middle or beginning of you. Arjuna is saying that he is not able to see any particular area where it can be said as the beginning portion or the middle portion or the end portion. It's everywhere, it's all over his vision. That is 16th Shlokam. Now 17th Shlokam. In this Shlokam, Bhagavan's divine form is further narrated by Arjuna. Kiritinam, Gatinam, Chakrinam cha Tejorashim Sarvato Deeptimantam Pashyami Tva Durniriksham Samanta Deeptanalarka Dithim Aprameyam. Word by word meanings. Tejorashim, being a bundle of great resplendence, splendor, radiance, being a bundle of radiance. Sarvata Deeptimantam, having radiance on all sides. Samantat Durniriksham, every limb being difficult to behold. Arjuna is not able to behold even one limb. Deeptanalarka Dithim, having rays similar to those of blazing fire and sun. Aprameyam, immeasurable. Tva, you. Kiritinam, having crown. Chakrinam, cha, having chakra. Gadinam, having gada, the maze. Pashyami, I am seeing. So Arjuna is seeing Bhagavan as a great, huge bundle of splendor, having radiance on all sides. Every limb being so great to be held in the eyes, having rays which are similar to those of blazing fire and sun, being immeasurable and having crown, disc and mace. Bhagavan is being decorated with crown, beautiful crown which shows his supremacy. He is having the chakra, he is having the gada, and along with all of that, he is also having great splendor and is having rays which are similar to that of blazing fire and sun. With this, the 17th Shlokam comes to an end. We'll continue on with the rest in the next session. ஆழ்வார் எம்பெருமானார் ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம், ஜீயர் திருவடிகளே சரணம்.
To learn such valuable information about our Sri Vaishnava Sampradaya, please download KOYIL, KOYIL app from Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Our website is koyil.org, KOYIL.org.